Introduction to Macroeconomics. Overview of the chapter. Number 1. Meaning of macroeconomics. Number 2. Differences between micro and macroeconomics. Number 3. Scope of macroeconomics. And lastly, evolution of macroeconomics. Now let's get into the video. Meaning of macroeconomics. Macroeconomics is that branch of economics in which we try to get an understanding of the economy as a whole by focusing our attention on aggregate measures such as total output, employment, and aggregate price level. Here we are interested in finding out how the levels of these aggregate measures are determined and how the levels of these aggregate measures change over time. Now, let's move to the differences between micro and macroeconomics. Number 1. Microeconomics deals with individual choice problems, individual saving, profit of a farm, etc. On the other hand, macroeconomics studies the behavior of economy, wide aggregates like national income, inflation, interest rate, and so on. Number 2. Microeconomics originates from the Greek word mikros, meaning small. On the other hand, macroeconomics originates from the Greek word macros, meaning large. Number 3. Microeconomics deals with central problem of allocation of resources and associated principles and policies. On the other hand, macroeconomics deals with central problems of income determination, full employment of resources, growth of resources, and associated principles and policies. Next we have scope of macroeconomics. Number 1. What is the level of total output in the economy? Number 2. How is the total output determined? Number 3. How does the total output grow over time? Number 4. Are the resources of the economy fully employed? And number 5. What are the reasons behind unemployment? Alright then, moving to our last topic, evolution of macroeconomics. Macroeconomics as a separate branch of economics emerged after the British economist J. M. Keynes published his famous book The General Theory of Employment, Interest and Money in 1936. The dominant thinking in economies before Keynes was that all the laborers who are ready to work will find employment and all the factories will be working at their full capacity. This school of thought is known as the classical tradition. However, the Great Depression of 1929 and a subsequent years saw the output and employment level in the economics of Europe and North America fall by huge amounts. It affected other countries of the world as well. Demand for goods in the market was low, many factories were lying idle, and workers were known out of job. In USA, from 1929 to 1933, unemployment rate rise from 3% to 25%. Over the same period, aggregate output in USA fell by about 33%. These events made economists think about the functioning of the economy in a new way. Keynes' book was an attempt in this direction. Unlike his predecessors, his approach was to examine the working of the economy in its totality and examine the interdependence of the different sectors. The subject macroeconomics was born.